nigga fly as me, ain't a nigga cold as me, ain't another nigga got a swag quite like. But hold up, that's the way I feel. But hold up, but that's the way I feel.
Yo, swinging and banging on the ones and twos. Allow me to reintroduce myself to you. I am Kendrick Avant, your agent of gratitude, and I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I have brought my favorite entrepreneur with me, Cloves, Grogan, brother. Man, we met in 2016 at we met at an insurance training, and I had no idea the stuff, how many businesses you do. From there, we got into video games. Bro, I haven't talked to you, man, really, just had a good chat with you until we were playing Madden, things fell out, and now we have just gotten back. Tell me, man, where have you been at, Mr. Grogan?
Man, where I haven't been, man, it's been a roller coaster ride. Yeah, man, like we met 2016. What was that company? What was the insurance? Well, I was there for Aflac. I don't know what company was there for.
We got an insurance training, and we were both set up with Aflac.
Yeah.
And Aflac didn't work out for me. I never met an Aflac.
Yeah, it didn't work out for me either. But, I did it. That was one of the many things that I tried and stuff along like my life and stuff here in America and stuff. But I don't know, man, like this, I disappeared for a while. I was 6 months hospitalized.
Whoa.
It's really around this time, like maybe a week prior to Thanksgiving. Last year in 2020, the year of COVID, I went into the hospital because of my condition, because of my sickle cell disease. I went into the hospital a week prior to Thanksgiving, came out, and then spent Thanksgiving, which I was pretty much dead at that time. I was at home. And then a day after Thanksgiving, I was rushed back into emergency room and never came back out until April 29 of 2021.
That's real life. 6 months, bro. I know but I mean, people say 6 months, and you always think they just kind of, dog. All right, I'm quiet.
That was from a week of Thanksgiving all the way to April 29th. I went in that day, which it was on November 28th. I remember the date, and I came out on April 29th. I went in a month and a half later, not even, I think like a couple weeks, like maybe 2 to 3 weeks later after I went in. I was conscious for those 2-3 weeks, and then I was out. I was down near in a coma for 2 months. So I missed the entire November pretty much, and I missed all Christmas. My sister's birthday was yesterday the 3rd, so I missed yesterday the 7th, I mean. So I missed her birthday. I missed 24th. I missed 31st. I missed New Year's. I missed everything. My wife's birthday on January 23rd. My son's birthday on February 1st. I missed it all. Like I was out and damn near missed it completely because the doctors gave up on me and they were like, let him go. He's done. There's nothing that we can do for Mr. Grogan. He's done. Like, this is it for him. Like, he's a sickle cell disease patient. We don't transplant any sickle cell disease patients because it's a waste of an organ. So you have to like make amends that your brother is done. Like his life is over. Those were the words of the doctors to my sister. And my sister had to relay that information to my wife and my mom. But my sister refused to because of the business that I have, which I'm so blessed that I created it. And I'm so thankful that I took the decision and I jumped to do it. My business was able to give me insurance, provide me with insurance for my own self, because I get denied for coverage everywhere else because of my disease. A lot of companies don't even want to touch me. So I was able to provide me with insurance, and my sister was able to finish that process through my business. And an $850 a month insurance, because it was so good of an insurance, the doctors finally accepted to go ahead and give me a transplant. Not because of I was going to make it, but just so my sister could stop asking and going above their heads, about me getting a transplant. They decided to give me a transplant, which was 2 organs, not just one. It was a liver and a kidney, which they said, we will go ahead and put him on the list, but we have people waiting for 1 organ for years, and your brother's not going to wait a year. His health is not going to allow him to wait that long. So we'll put him on the list, but just know that there's a very short, very, very slim chance that he will get a donor. especially for two organs. We need a donor. We need two organs from the same donor to be able to give it to your brother. It cannot be an organ from two different people.
Golly. Man, was this stuff COVID? Was it something with COVID and then that messed up your sickle cell? It was just sickle cell had just gotten to that point.
I am 35 years old. If you Google sickle cell disease, that's the life expectancy that you get. It's damn near 35 years. That's the life expectancy for a sickle cell disease patient. And I had reached my life expectancy limit. So 35, and I always knew this. I lived with a purpose because of that, because I was like, I got to make the most of my time, because I know that I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a short time. So that's how I've always carried myself. And I've always like carried a ship to my shoulder, because I know what I have and I know what I live with. And yeah, like that was it. Like I came from a business trip from Dallas, I remember, and literally 3 hours after setting foot on my door at my house, I was in bed and I was damn near internal bleeding, everything. My organs had told me like, you're done. We're done rocking with you. That was it. And I went in and my liver and my kidney were damaged. The liver was damaged and then it trickled effect and damaged the kidney. Yeah. So like that ended up damaging my kidney, and I was on a dialysis machine for 24/7. That was the only thing that was keeping me alive, because my liver was no longer functioning. My stomach grew because of the IV that I was getting. And since my liver is not functioning, your liver is everything. People don't think the liver is more important than your heart. Like, it's crazy to say it, but if your liver is not functioning, nothing else in your body functions. Yep. And my liver was so messed up that every liquid that they were putting in my body to like give me fluids and all that stuff, because my liver was not properly functioning, my stomach will grow, my skin will get overextended. They had to drain me from my sides and stuff, and they drained like liters and liters of liquid, because everything was just staying in my stomach. I couldn't eat, I couldn't move, I was in massive pain. Like I went through hell. Like, people have experienced pains. I know you know what pains are because of what you have. But any other person that does not experience pains from a disease like ours, like, they don't understand what pain is. You know, we are some strong individuals, man. Like, when I tell you, like, it was crazy. It got to the point where like I was going crazy in the hospital. I had lost about 60 pounds, and I'm already a skinny man. I lost 60 pounds in that bed, and they had to tie me because I wanted to like take out the tubes from my mouth, everything. Like I tried to kill myself because of how much pain I was in. Painkillers weren't even doing it, you know?
Yeah, I know how that is. I know how that is. When that shit get to me, that nerve damage, bro, like that, my God. It doesn't matter how many baclofans and Percocets, it doesn't matter what pills they give me. I'm taking them.
It don't matter what pills.
It didn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. That shit is just hurting.
Hurting, dude. Hurting. But man, long story short, like, I got put on the list, and truth behold, they found a donor with 2 organs, maybe about a month after I got on the list.
That's amazing.
And on March 23rd of 2021, I was transplanted. I went into surgery with no hopes of making it. The doctors were very clear with my family. They were like, we're going to go ahead and try to transplant him, but just know that he needs to have some massive strength in him for him to pull through. We have never done it before. This is going to be a record history thing for the hospital, because we have never transplanted a sickle cell disease patient. So they pretty much used me as a guinea pig, put me on a table, opened me up, and I was in surgery for 17 hours. From the doctors, what they're telling me is that they left me overnight to continue the next day. They left me with towels shoved inside my body and stuff for them to be able to continue the surgery the next day.
Man, what was on the scale of 1 to 10, what was the pain level at before you came home? What was your pain level at before your body collapsed with everything?
Man, my pain level was like, well, that's the thing. I was out and about like nothing. I went on that trip, but whenever I set foot on that door and I came home, I unpacked my stuff. And when I tell you, like 2-3 hours later, I was in massive amount of pains. I was screaming off the top of my lung, and I was like, I can't, like, everything was hurting. Like I felt like I don't know, like I had gotten hit by an 18-wheeler, man. Like, it was massive amount of pain. and then I went to the restroom, and then I had blood in my stool. You know, I was pooping blood and stuff.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, I gotta go to the hospital. I told my wife, I was like, I need to go to emergency room. I'm not doing good. And we rushed to the hospital, and they took a look at me. They did some stuff. They sent me home. I don't know how. They sent me home after 2 days. And they were like, yeah, you're gonna be fine. We need to do some clamping of some stuff or whatever for you to stop the internal bleeding and blah, blah, blah. Man, they sent me home. That bleeding never stopped. I spent Thanksgiving Day with my family. I was in bed the entire time. They got together, ate. I couldn't even eat. I was literally out of there. I was out of there.
Yeah.
Dog, it is hard as hell, but it's easy as fuck. You focus on your good to get what you want. That's what's up. All things one love.
The next day, my mom was like, that right there is not my son. That is not Cloves. Cloves is not the type of man to be laid down and not do anything. We need to take him back to the doctor. And man, they took me back, and I never came back out, brother.
Damn.
Never came back out, man.
Damn, I'm happy you here, man. Every time I see you, bro, it's like,
yes, sir.
Golly, man, I'm happy your ass is here.
And my book is completely done now. It's gonna.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm waiting on my author copies. They should be arriving December. I don't know, December 15 or something. I will have my copies on my hand, my first author copies. And once I have it, I read it and I make sure that everything looks good how I want it. Then I'll be releasing it to the public, and I'll be sharing it with you, brother, so you can read it, man.
Yeah, man.
It talks about. It talks about from the beginning, from year. Whenever I was 10 years old, whenever I got my first crisis in Honduras, it talks from that point moving forward all the way to now, my businesses and everything. Like it's like my whole story and stuff. So
man, I can't wait to share it and talk about it and everything. Like, yeah, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. This story needs to come out.
Yeah.
Golly, this story needs to come out.
And then I have my foundation. So he mentions the foundation. I opened a nonprofit foundation in 2022. I will be seeking donations and sponsors, and hopefully even the hospital that made history with me, because that's history for them. Just to tell them that, there's options, man. A lot of sickle cell people die in hospital beds because there's not a lot of people like my sister that do not take that, let him go, it's time for him to go. There's a lot of people that have been able to get the opportunity that I got. I'm not saying that everybody can be saved, because that's not how it works. Yeah. But if God was able to do it for me, I'm sure he's going to be able to do it for a few more, or 1,000 more, or hundreds or more. Like, it's just the fact that it's just sad that the hospitals give that final answer of like, there's nothing that we can do for him, like without even attempting to what do you mean it's a waste of an organ? It should not be a waste of an organ trying to save a human life,
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
But that's just how it is, and I know it's all about money. Medical stuff is all about money. If there's money, if there's insurance, they'll touch you. If there's no insurance, they won't even look at you,
So before we get out, what is your thing you are most grateful for now? What is your why now?
Man, my why now is I'm most grateful for my family, man. Like, I don't think that I appreciated my wife as much as I appreciate her now. Like, it's crazy to say that I've been with her for 7 years, and I don't think that I had the love that I have for my wife. I don't think that I ever had it before what I went through. And the simple fact of it is because, like, I don't know, man. I think that sometimes we go on a daily basis. We wake up every day and we go through like our routine, and we just so focused about money and about trying to attain, just a financial status and material stuff. And my truck, I got a brand new truck, and I got this and I got that. But then we don't really stop to think the life that we are giving our families by them sticking around with the conditions that we have. It's not easy to be able to be with someone that has sickle cell disease. It's not easy to be able to be with someone that has multiple sclerosis and stuff. Like, it's a tough job physically, and then it's a tougher job mentally, not knowing when your significant other is going to wake up and if he's going to make it or how many more years he got. So, like, just the fact that I'm able to be here and I got a second opportunity, I need to make the most of it and show my wife how much I love her, show my kids how much, you know, they're loved and appreciated. So like it's, you know, it means the world. Like I don't really, I love my business. I love everything that I've been able to do as a boy from Honduras that didn't speak English, that I come from dirt, cheap and nothing. You know, I appreciate everything that I've been able to like do, but you know, I don't think that none of that is as important now as it is for the love and appreciation that I got from my wife, my kids, my mom and my sister, you know, like, you know, I appreciate life. Like I saw death like up close and personal, you know, and whenever you experience something like that, like it changes your life, man. Like I'm a different person. Like the dude that you met 2016 is not the same guy that I am now. Like not even, it's night and day, bro.
Man, I'm with you 1,000% on that, man. I tell my man, that is the most gangster ass, king ass affirmation I've ever heard before in my life. That declaration of the love for your wife, I promise, man. I can't wait to get this episode out because I tell my wife that same shit. I tell her like, yo, when I married you, I loved you. I loved you. I felt like I loved you more because of the kids. But the very fact that I'm going through this shit and you still here, I mean, like I tell her, I try not to tell her too much because she ain't no words that like an affirmation person. But yeah, that's it, man. Yo, brother, I give you 1,000 thank yous for rocking with me here on Disabled, but I can't wait to bring your ass back, Cloves. I tell you, man, you are my favorite goddamn entrepreneur, bro, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's been in this game. So
and I can still talk, or you know, if you want to end it, we can end it here. But I can still talk. I just gotta move and stuff, but I can still talk. But yeah, man, like that episode of my life was like, it was crucial, bro. It was crucial.
Yeah, that's it. But man, you know what? I'm gonna set it up because when I'm telling you, I need to get an episode where we're just gonna sit back and go through these businesses of yours and explain to people, okay, I did this 1, 2, 3. Well, what about I want you to be able to answer questions. I want you to come back and showcase this knowledge. I mean, the story you told earlier, this episode itself is going to be fire, dog. Like this episode.
Let's do it, man. Every week, if you want to have me, bro. Every 2 weeks, if you want to have me, like I'm more than willing to like come on board and talk to you, bro. Like man, I got a lot to share. Like my knowledge, I'm the one that thinks about each one teach one. You know, like I'm not trying to keep nothing that I've learned because I've learned it the hard way. You know, nobody taught me nothing that I've learned. I've learned it by educating myself, by being hours and hours on a computer. Like, you know, I'm going through my certification right now for life and business coaching, you know, and you know, I got my cleaning business going on. I got my online store. I took an affiliate marketing course that cost me like $4,500. You know, like, you know, I do my fix and flips. You know, I got a house on the market right now that I'm waiting to sell.
I'm talking about, man. I been getting crunk talking to you.
I'm doing my day trading and stuff, you know, like I'm making some money on Tesla right now that's going crazy. You know, bro, like I try to get it any way I can, bro.
Yeah, man. I got to bring you back, King. I got to
bring you back. The value today was about being disabled.
I'm going to let you get out of here so you can go and do what you do, man.
Yes, I'm going to be in contact with you, disabled and still coming through with the best sex of your life. And because we're disabled, there are certain things we can't do. And I get it. If you were born with certain disabilities, so there was certain shit you could never do. That is absolute truth to that. But goddamn, nothing is going to change your mindset until you focus and actually start writing these why statements. And I went around and round with people yesterday. You've got to put in the work. This shit just doesn't magically happen. You just writing this gratitude journal is work. This is work. And you have to actually put in the work. You have to get you a gratitude journal. Either get mine, get you a spiral and start your own, go buy somebody else's, go out to the dollar store, and then you got to stop and put in the work.